windy. Governor Rear Admiral Kevin Scarce, Premier of South Australia Jay Weatherall, Minister of Education Grace Portalisi, ladies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's a real honour to represent, shall I give you this, the Oliphant family on this exciting occasion, the official opening of MOC Oliphant College. I'm sure he'd be tickled to hear it called MOC. I think that's good. So MOC was a traditionalist in education, but also a researcher who understood that as the world changes, so must the way we educate students. And I'm sure he would have taken an enormous interest in the strong science and IT focus of the school. A good grounding of science is very important for the economic development of the country. So it's unfortunate that these days many students are avoiding science subjects, regarding them as too difficult. So the school's emphasis in this area would have really pleased the MOC. As it's 12 years about since Sir Mark died, many of you may not have known him. So I thought I'd give you a very short history about the man this impressive new school is named after. And I hope it's not too long, but he did a lot of things. Mark Oliphant was born in Kent Town in 1901. His mother was a primary school teacher and a farmer, and his father an office worker in what's now SA Water. He was the eldest of 5 brothers and went to Milo Primary School and then Unley and Adelaide High School. He was a steady, enthusiastic but not outstanding student, and the move from Unley to Adelaide must have been difficult for him, as his class position dropped from 3rd out of 40 to 20th out of 25. However, the teacher comments in his report that he's keenly interested in physics and chemistry. When Mark went to Adelaide Uni to study physics, he started to shine, and his practical abilities showed through. At 24, Sir Mark married his longtime sweetheart, Rosa Wilbraham, who lived in Glenelg. And there's a nice story how at weekends he used to make the walk from Mitcham to Glenelg, about 10 kilometres, to see her, as he couldn't afford the tram fare both ways. He made her wedding ring from a small piece of gold his father brought back from the WA goldfields, and she only removed it once from her finger over her whole lifetime, and that was to make it a bit bigger. In 1927, Mark won a scholarship to study in Cambridge with the world-renowned physicist Lord Rutherford. His time there was the most scientific, productive and happiest of his life. The research work and atmosphere is exciting, and he said that going after the unknown is always fascinating. It becomes part of your life, this desire to know. A number of people during his Cambridge days got Nobel Prizes, and he was put up for a Nobel Prize but actually didn't get it for his work on discovering the 3rd isotope of hydrogen, tritium, which is an important component of controlled nuclear fusion. When Sir Mark left Cambridge, he became professor at Birmingham, where during the Second World War, people in his group developed the magnetron, now used in microwave ovens, and discovered radar, which played an important part in the winning of the Battle of Britain in World War II, and is now used in navigation and weather forecasting and many other applications. During the early 40s, Sir Mark was part of the Manhattan Project, a project established in the US aimed at beating Germany to the building of an atomic bomb. He was the main scientist representing Britain in this project. The devastation, injuries and deaths resulting from the dropping of the bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki appalled Sir Mark and many others, and he became an ardent pacifist and finally opponent of nuclear power and proponent of solar energy. In the 1950s, Sir Mark gave up his good position as professor at Birmingham University to establish the Australian National University in Canberra, the ANU, and he was the first director. And the ANU is now the best research institute in Australia. After his retirement from there, and in his late 60s, Sir Mark was asked by then Premier Don Dunstan to become the Governor of South Australia, which he was for 5 years. He was very happy to come back to his homestay and spoke out vocally without restraint on the environment and social issues. Sir Mark died 14th of July 2000, aged almost 99, and his obituary, the Telegraph newspaper of the UK, said, "Oliphant was a man of unassailable integrity who could be impetuous, indiscreet and stubborn. He had a hearty style but was markedly sensitive to injustice." And this is how I remember him: his integrity, his naivety, that we could have a world without war, his passionate pursuit of the truth, and his infectious laugh. I was lucky to know him and learnt a lot from him. So to conclude, a great strength of Sir Mark was his ability to think laterally and innovatively. And if Mark Oliphant College helps to nurture and encourage students to do likewise in fields that their talents lead them in any direction, then I'm sure Sir Mark would be very proud that the school bears his name, and it is already off to a good start under the direction of those of you here. Thank you.